Hello, 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 dreamers. Perla here. As always, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. Regular signs. We're going to start off with Aries. Okay, so what do we have for Aries this week? Aries, you're taking a trip down memory lane. There's something that is, excuse me, guys, because like my nose is like, feels really cold. Okay. Okay, there is this reminiscing about a situation, whether this was romantic or platonic. There is a relationship that you are reminiscing on. You're choosing to focus on the good. You're choosing to focus on what made you feel alive within a connection, the joy that a connection brought you, especially during this holiday season. There is a sense where you are longing or missing someone. This may have been somebody that passed. This may have been somebody that you fell out with, a relationship, a romantic relationship that ending. The whole point is that this person is no longer in the picture. And you're very much in the space of really wanting to honor the good times, really wanting to honor the joy that was within that space between you and this person. And because you know that once, let's say like Thanksgiving hits, one Christmas Day hits, once New Year's Day hits or New Year's Eve, like once you realize in that moment of celebration that the person is missing, you know that a part of you is going to shatter, and you're trying your best to either put up a front or to to be as strong as you possibly can. And the only way that you know how to do that at this moment in time is by holding on to the good times. That's what I'm picking up. What else do we have for Aries? There is somebody, for those of you that that is not your case, some of you are, someone is bringing, someone is bringing someone to like a family event or like a friend group or something, that like the group is going to be shocked of who this person is with, whether it is that somebody is dating someone else's ex or someone got back with an ex. I don't know, it's like there's this jaw-dropping energy of like, I can't believe there was so and so, like I cannot believe they brought so and so, like that type of energy. This can be very much like at a family dinner or something like that. There is something that is just, people just cannot believe that this person just actually did that, this person actually brought this person over. There is a sense, Aries, to really allow yourself during this time to just breathe. Breathe. There is a lot of things that you want to start working on. There are a lot of things that you want to implement. The best advice that can be given to you at this time is like, it right now, like meaning this week is not the week for you to start something new. It is the week for you to plan for something new. It is the week for you to research whatever it is that you want to start. But actually starting something with this energy, especially for those of you that are still reminiscing on the past, you don't want to bring that energy into what it is that you're creating. You don't want to bring that energy into the new. So be very aware of your state of mind and your physical state whenever it is that you're going to start something new. Okay. All right. What else do we have for Aries? Yeah. The cards for you are pretty much, again, it's like this repetition of what I just said. There is a very much reminiscing, and again, if this is, if you haven't lost anybody or if you haven't gotten divorced, this may be the reminiscing of like a parent or a sibling, somebody that has passed and somebody that is very much missed during this time. So even though the holidays are supposed to be a very joyful time for you, Aries, during this time, you're really trying to keep your head above water, right? Because you're missing somebody very dearly. And again, focusing on the good times that you had with this person is going to be the best thing that you can do. Yep. All right. Give me one card for Aries. Mischief. Keep your eyelids open and sight sharp as nails, for this is something trailing behind your tail. Number 25. And this mischief energy, I pick it up as like, again, the reminiscing. If we don't watch ourselves, can become very destructive, right? We can get stuck in loops where we start to blame ourselves when we start when we start with simple questions like, oh, what could I have done differently, what about if I would have, um and those ifs, it's like, you know what, that moment passed. Just whatever it was that you did at that moment in time, however it was that you showed up during that relationship, during that connection, was exactly the way that you were meant to show up. Do not get stuck in loops that are going to drag you down. Okay. Okay. Taurus. Let's see. Taurus, you're very much this week. You're telling someone to cry you a river. There's somebody coming into your space with an apology. Um, Somebody did you wrong, whether it was publicly or privately. It really is irrelevant to you. You do not want to hear this person's apology. You're just like, you know what? Go over there to that little corner and cry me a river because I really don't care. Sorry, but that's pretty much the energy that I'm picking up for you guys. You guys are very stubborn during this time, and for some of you, is like somebody out here is like advising you, like, oh, just let them apologize. It's something that they need, and you're just like, I don't care what they need. Like, they should have really thought it over before they cross that line with you, and that's exactly what you're saying to someone. You're not holding back. You're just like, nope, that nope, like, I don't want to hear it. Go to your corner and cry a river. Like, I just do not care. And I really do like this energy because this is the energy of, and I know that a lot of people usually look at your stubbornness as a negative thing. But sometimes you do have to be stubborn with the boundaries that you set for yourself, right? You do have to be stubborn with what it is that you're going to allow yourself to receive. And at this moment in time, you just do not care. This person, whoever they are, maybe this is not the first time that they betray you. Maybe this is not the first time that they've crossed that line with you, and you're just not having it anymore. And again, there does seem to be like outside pressure to try to pressure you to forgive this person right before the holidays, or the holidays are coming and it's about this and it's about that. You're just like, I don't give a damn. Like, no, no, it's no, right? It's a complete sentence. And I know that I keep on laughing, but it's pretty much that. Like, you're just looking at people like, yo, just give up because I already said no. And for some of you, this is going to be within like a relative, somebody that is close to you, maybe somebody that you grew up with, somebody that either you look up to or they look up to you. But whatever the drift was between the two of you has been significant enough that you're not wanting them in your life. You don't want to partake in whatever it is that this person is doing. And if this is a family member, it's like you don't have an issue with being in the same place as them, but it's like, do not approach me. You see this room? There's four corners. You choose one. I'm gonna stay in the other three. And you're very much like that. It's like, do not cross my path and do not cross me because you're gonna get it. And again, a lot of people may see that stubbornness of yours as something negative, but I feel that this is very much the energy that is needed to deal with that specific energy that is behind this individual. We have the moon in the reverse, the 10 of pentacles in the reverse, and the 9 of swords in the reverse. So there is a sense, again, of a lot of you not wanting to restart a certain cycle with this person. You're not giving this person the opportunity again to come and be destructive. You're not giving this person the opportunity to come and betray you again. It's kind of like, you know what, you did it once. Some of them may have done it twice, but you've learned your lesson and you're walking away from it. And I really do love that energy for you. All right. What is the closing message? The underworld. Number 40. Hand over your known. A shift is near. Take a leap. Your journey is clear. For a lot of you, this energy of like you not allowing somebody to apologize or not allowing somebody back into your life, it is very much of a cycle, an overdue cycle that needed to close. You know exactly where it is that you're headed without this person. For some of you, this person may have, even unknowingly to you and to them, may have jeopardized a lot of your progress just because of the energy that they carry, is what I want to pick up. Yep. Oh, Gemini. Geminis, you guys are walking. What is that movie? The Wizard of Oz, right? Where she's walking down the yellow brick road. And for a lot of you, there is this sense of like, walking on the yellow brick road and you realize that something doesn't smell right. Something just seems off. Like some of these bricks are yellow, some of them are gold. So you're taking a quick step back and you're reevaluating the situation, whether this is like romantic relationship or platonic. This may be a situation at work or something. There's something that needs a second look. There's something that needs to be reevaluated. There's something that just it's like you can taste it in the air. You can, ooh, like you're picking up something within the energy of for some of you, I'm picking up this energy of like work. So something is not adding up. Something is not adding up with a certain like path or a certain. So like if you decided that you're gonna go within a path, like let's say career wise, and maybe you chose a mentor, you're working with somebody, there's something in that energy that just does not feel tangible, it does not feel solid. It feels like that foundation in itself is very rocky. If this is in a relationship, it's like the same thing. Like this person is changing their stories a little bit too much. Like things are just not adding up. And what I like about it is like in the past, Gemini, you would have kept walking down that road until you got to the end, and then everything will blow up in your face. But this time, you're choosing to pull yourself out of a situation before it gets to that point. You're really choosing during this time to really listen to your intuition and to start living your life a day to day based on what your intuition is telling you. Because again, it's not necessary. We're not talking about this energy of like Debbie Downer or trying to look at the negative in things. It's like physically and spiritually something just does not feel right. So if you're collaborating with someone or you're wanting to collab, like there's just something that is off, and really pay attention to that energy. It may be in that, it doesn't necessarily have to be that it's a complete no. Maybe waiting on it for like a couple of days or a couple of weeks and then maybe revisit and see how the energies are, because again, there's just something that is off. And for those of you that are feeling it and those of you that are questioning yourself, like, hey, is it just me or is this really off? It's like, no, something is off. And just somebody keeps on changing their story too much. Somebody that you're connecting with keeps on changing their story. And it's like, whenever you go to catch them in a lie, they they get very defensive. They get very defensive. And when people get defensive in a certain way, it's like, hmm, mm, 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 mm. Why? Why is that hurting? Why is that triggering you so much that I'm questioning something or I'm asking something, right? Like you shouldn't be triggered by something that you had already said to me. You shouldn't be triggered by something that I'm just confirming, if that makes sense. But the you wanting to confirm something is literally triggering someone. So I don't know if you can see the cards. I really love these cards, to be honest with you. But yeah, there is a sense here of like, do not ignore. Like I really like the way that with the four of what is this? The four of spades, right? You see how she's holding the world in between her hands, and I say she because it looks feminine to me, okay? And it's like that's pretty much what it feels like. Your senses are really picking up on things during this week, so please do not ignore it. If people think that you're overreacting or people think that you're going crazy or whatever, let them be. You don't have to force what is known to you to others. So we have the rebirth, number 31. There is a death in all that awakens, for it isn't blissful nor painless. It's a mighty rising, O flame resurrected. And again, you're in the middle of this rebirth. You're very much not allowing yourself to go back. You're not allowing yourself to repeat certain cycles. And again, there is an energy kind of like this trickster energy that is trying to pull you back into like an old cycle or something like that, and you're picking up on it right away and you're just moving away from it. And I really do love that for you, Gemini. Cancer, how are you, Cancer? Can we cheer up a little? You're really trying to get your spirits up in a sense of like you're really trying to enjoy the holidays. You're really trying to be present for the holidays. But there's something that is sitting in the back of your head that just kind of has you going in circles. Whatever the situation is, whether it's romantically, whether it's with work, it's like just remember that you started whatever it is, right? So like if this is in a relationship, like you started therapy or you started looking for help in therapy or whatever it was. If this is at work, like you're working on your schedule, you're working on setting those boundaries between you and your workspace and things like that. So let's just kind of like step away from it, because like again, the more we feed something with our thoughts, with our energy, the more the bigger that it starts to get. And there's really nothing that you can do this week that is going to change or shift something so dramatically, right? The best thing that you can do this week is learning how to allow certain thoughts to just pass and not get hooked on them, and start overplaying scenarios and things that haven't even occurred. Allow yourself to really stay grounded this week. Again, if these thoughts are passing, or if you feel like you're having like 100 thoughts a second, take a moment and sit down, focus on your breath. Yeah, the thoughts are going to keep on passing, but every time something wants to pull you, go back, whether that is counting your breath, your inhale, your exhale, your hold, whatever it is. Keep doing that and have something to keep on coming back to, because again, there is an overstimulation when it comes to something that you have already addressed, right? So when I say you've addressed it, it's like you have a plan. You have a plan in place of how you are going to deal either with a certain person, how you're going to deal with work, how you're going to deal with a relationship, or whatever it is, right? So you already have a plan. Now let's take a moment, take a breath in, and stop creating scenarios in your head of what could, like, okay, what am I going to do if this happened, whatever. Like, you have a plan. Breathe, 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 because like it is always good to be prepared, but then there is an extreme where you're just calling for something to happen, right? So know where that fine line is, and really allow yourself to breathe during this process. Okay. I need to move this because I feel like me breathing all hard and shit. Um, yeah, getting stuck in loops is something that you have to be very careful this week. Not getting stuck in loops, not allowing yourself to continue revisiting something from a place of it like needing to be fixed. from a place of something being unresolved. Instead, address that space if you must from a place as if the issue has already been resolved. All right, let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle. The ritual. Can you feel them? Wild creatures linked by the very blood you will spill into your craft. A ritual of dedication to self, and those who gaze hold fire, but whose whisper carry you softly through the unknown. One of the main things, again, when we were talking about these intrusive thoughts, these overstimulating thoughts that are happening, having a ritual like meditation, whether it is a breath focused meditation, whether it is an image focused meditation, or whatever it is, can be very beneficial for you during this time to help you come back to your center, to help you ground back into the now and into the reality, and not be so scattered the on the what ifs, if that makes any sense. Okay. Leo. Leo, there's a form of, and I kind of have to say this, it almost feels like I need to come from a place of gentleness, very like soft spoken, very like it has to be like your idea, if that makes any sense. Your what is processing for you during this week is this energy of whenever somebody questions you or questions anything that you do, you get very defensive. So, recognizing what is behind that space of defensiveness when it comes to feeling attacked. Now, for some of you, this is maybe something that you have been working on. Like, why is it that I feel attacked? Why is it I feel like I'm always being attacked, even though you consciously recognize that that is not the case. You know that there is a trigger there, and you're trying to figure out why. So, for those of you that are in that space, that you acknowledge this and you have seen this space within yourself, you are finally getting the clarity as to why that trigger is there. What memory is it linked to? What memory is it that your body has been holding on to, that whenever anybody questions you, anything simple like, oh, what is that? Like, you got, like, again, anything that comes in a form of a question can be very triggering, is what I'm picking up. So, for those of you that are there, wonderful. I really love this energy for you, because when we finally get the clarity when it comes to things like this that we have been actively working on, it is amazing, right? For those of you that you're just like, you're realizing or you're recognizing the pattern of being triggered, I am asking, we are asking that you do not run away from it. Do not run away from it. If you look at certain connections, certain relationships in your life, there are people that have been keeping their distance from you because of this reactive energy. And if you really allow yourself to go into that space and see, okay, wait, I have been reactive. And I'm not asking you to apologize. I'm not asking you to do anything. All I'm asking you is to acknowledge that energy. Because the moment that you acknowledge the energy, the way that you start working with that energy starts to shift. You start to become curious as to why that energy is there. You start to become curious as to what is behind that energy. How do you work with that energy that then it becomes beneficial to you and not destructive. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say. um and again, guys, these are collective readings, so if it is not for you this week, it is not for you, and that is fine. Okay. So we have the Nine of Cups. What do we have with the Nine of Cups for you guys? The Eight of Cups in the reverse and the Two of Swords. There is this I want to say remothering. It could just be reparenting an aspect of yourself, but it is very much be coming through as a motherly energy. It is becoming through as a feminine energy. Someone here needs to come to terms with something that a mother figure or feminine energy did to you that may have been very destructive, may have had you in a space where you constantly felt like you were being attacked, right? So this could have been the way that this person spoke to you. This could have been the way that this person treated you, like physically, so or emotionally. So address that so that you are not then repeating the same patterns, Leo. Okay. A Hallows Eve, and this is the number one. Call upon the voices that stir your senses through the night. Cast an unforgiving howl as you stomp your might through the ground. I don't know if you can see, I know I have the lights off. I just work better with the lights off, just natural lights, actually. Uh, so yeah, whatever it is that is coming up for you, do not, and I keep on, whatever, whoever it is, sorry, you can come. Um, there's like this peaking energy that keeps on like whooshing through my room, like through my front room door, and I'm trying to see what it is. It seems like a very playful energy, so I'm gonna look into it later. But anyways, there is this sense here of like what is surfacing up, what you are feeling is very real, right? If when you are triggered, every time that you're triggered in that sense where you feel attacked, this person comes to mind. It is a reason why this person is coming to mind. And for some of you, you're having a hard time accepting the fact that this person that was supposed to be a mother figure or this feminine energy in your life actually caused damage in your life. Virgos, ¿qué tú tienes? What's up, Virgos? Uh, Virgos, and I get it. You're into the hustle this week. You're into the wanting to be like super productive, wanting to be out there more. But I need you to take a moment and I need you to ask yourself, how does the quality of what I am doing, whether that is at work, whether that is in a relationship, whether that is at home, whether that's in a hobby, how is the quality of what I'm doing? Like, how is it? How am I showing up? Versus the quantity, right? Because you can have a date scheduled with your significant other every Friday or every Tuesday or whatever, and you guys are doing the same thing, right? Like whether that's watching movies or dinner and a movie or whatever, and there's really not much engaging, right? So is the quality of it really something that is beneficial? And that's what you have to ask yourself during this time, and really allow your creative side to come out so that then you can so that you can pour quality into something, pour quality into something. And the more quality, the more raw something is, the more genuine it is, the faster something is going to grow, the faster something is going to blossom. Okay. Ooh, it's like a little chilly here. I think it's because I'm so close to the window. Anyways, there's somebody from your past that is reaching out, somebody is needing some type of help. This is an opportunity again for those of you that are, oh, somebody from the past. It doesn't necessarily look like somebody like romantically. I feel like this is like either somebody that you did business with or somebody that you work with. There is an opportunity here when it comes to a financial gain from someone from your past, right? This can be like an old employee or an old boss. Somebody is needing your assistance or your help in something. So be open to see how that comes in and how that unfolds for you. Hold on, guys. It is it is Sunday, and it is I am going out in a few. One of my nephews turned four today, so we're going out to celebrate. So I just have to make sure I'm on track for time. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see. We have the Five of Wands in the reverse, the Sun in the reverse, and then the Hierophant. Do not let your pride get in the way from making money. Now, when I say that, is like we're not gonna be out here and doing things that we don't agree with. But again, there is, maybe this was a boss that didn't give you like a creative space when you work for them, and you're like deciding like, no, I don't want to work with this person because they want to micromanage anything, they want to control everything. Okay, I get it, but there is this thing called communication and agreements, and you can very much communicate what it is that you're willing to work with and what you're not willing to work with, and also what it is that the compensation that you're wanting from this, and see if it is something that is beneficial to both of you. So don't close something off just because there was a misunderstanding in the past. That misunderstanding in the past was an opportunity, right, to use your communication skills. So allow yourself to use them during this time. Okay, what do we have for Virgo? The elements, number 16. Remember to feel the warmth passing through her womb. You are a child of mother. True harmony awaits you. Right, when we are in alignment within ourselves, when we are centered, right, we get into the space where we really learn to use all of the elements to our advantages, right, and how those elements turn into like a day-to-day practice, right. So really allow yourself during this time to really use the elements of air, right? When we talk about communication, when we talk about things flowing, things moving, when we talk about water, we talk about our emotions. Like, do not let certain emotions get in the way of your success, baby. Thank you. Libra. Libra, I'm not even gonna lie. Both my sisters are Libras, and I'm a Capricorn. Just putting that out there. I have a couple of cousins that are Libras, but I really, really, really love your energy the last couple of weeks, Libras. I feel that that balancing act, that bringing your spirituality into your day-to-day practice, it's starting there's this bridge starting to connect, and I really love this for you, because I feel that once you anchor yourself in that space, you are unstoppable. And I love it because there is, again, for those of you Libras that were struggling when it came to like standing on your own 2 feet, standing on a solid foundation, you realize that the reason why you felt so, like I'm sitting on a ball, right? The reason why you couldn't get stabilized, right? Like you were falling either off the ball, whatever it was, right? Was because you were trying to keep the physical and the spirit separate. You didn't want to bring your spirituality into your day to day. You didn't want to ask for help. You didn't want to say thank you. You didn't want to use the elements, the energies, the entities, the angels, the guides, whatever that was at your disposal, right? You felt that you had to do something on your own, or that you had to show up a certain way to be worthy of. Maybe you're already worthy of it. Oh, my ears are like, whoop. Okay. So for a lot of you is this space of like finally recognizing who you are in spirit, and it is allowing you to stand and show up in this physical world in an amazing way. And I really do love this energy for you guys. I love it, Libra. I love it because I feel like you had a couple of years there where things were looking rough. You would get ahead, and then it was like one step forward, 10 backwards, one forward, 10 backwards. And now you're finally, again, guys, if you hear any noises, kid is right on the other side of that wall. He gets pretty loud. Anyways, whatever it was that was holding you back, in the sense of like you not wanting to connect your spirituality and your with your practicality, right, with your day to day, that has shifted. You're seeing some changes. You're seeing how things are manifesting for you. You're seeing how much more grounded, how much more consistent you are with things, and how much more you're really showing up as yourself. And again, I love this energy, not just for you, but for everyone, but for you during this time. Amazing, Libra. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle. The pumpkin, number 30. Uncaging the spirit within thou the thou the fertile power you hold. To taste your buttery velvet upon tongue, it is a gift I shall cherish each day that comes. So again, there is this sense of like that part of you, your spirit, right? That you have been dimming or that you have been pushing aside, or that you didn't want people to see what was there, you didn't want people to see your gifts, you didn't want to be judged for your gifts or whatever it was, you're finally breaking free of that, Libra, and I love it. I love the way that you're showing up, Libra. I love the way that things are working for you during this time. I really, really, really do. And I hope that moving forward, you continue to listen to spirit and the guidance that the spirit is giving to you at this moment in time. Scorpios. I love all the signs because I have either family members or I know acquaintances or friends. So I am kind of like with everybody. Scorpios, you are in a honeymoon phase of something, whether this is at work, whether this is romantic, whether this is a business or a hobby, whatever it is, you are in this blissful energy. I like blissful energy, Scorpios. Now, remember, I know you're gonna be like, damn, Perla, boy, you gotta ruin it for me. No, I'm not ruining it for you. I want you to remember to always stay grounded because it is very easy to remember to stay grounded when we are going through it, when we are having a rough time. We have to ask for help. We have to do. So now, when things are going amazing, when things are going as we want them to go, also remember to stay grounded because too much of anything can be unstabilizing, can unstabilize you, Scorpio. We don't want that. We don't want that, right? We want to continue in this energy of growth and this energy of expansion is what I'm picking up. So again, whatever this new beginning is for you, this is a honeymoon bliss. Um, and we're pretty much going to leave it at that. There is something there within the shadow that is going to surface. And I do believe that if you guys really allow yourself to see what is being revealed, whether it is about you or another person, this is this is a cycle that can actually be beneficial, right? So let's put it this way: this may have started as a the cycle started as something that you have not been able to get out of, like a repetitive cycle, right? But any time in that cycle, you can change the course of it. So the question here is when a certain temptation, when a certain trigger comes up, are you going to react to it or are you going to respond to it? And that is the question that you guys have to ask yourselves. Have you learned the lessons within the cycle? Because again, when you are in this honeymoon bliss, right, when it comes to starting a new job or starting this or starting that, and then the minute things start to get a little difficult, a little uncomfortable, then you start to realize that there may be something in that space still that you haven't addressed 100%. So be aware of that and really take advantage of the opportunity of making this cycle be beneficial to you. Hold on, guys. For a lot of you, this is going to be in the sense of love. Stop looking towards the past. Stop comparing. Excuse me. And if this is not in love and this is in career, you apply however it is for your life, right? Because these are collective readings. Stop looking at what was left behind. Stop worrying about what the past, how the past is doing, or whatever it is, and focus on the new beginning that you have. Focus on the new opportunity that you have. So like, don't ask people like if you run into like an ex coworker, like, oh, how is it without me? Doesn't matter. You're not there anymore. That's not where your focus should be. Or if you run into somebody that knows the next, like, oh, how are they doing with none of your business? Like again, let's refocus ourselves to to the energy of the now and to that honeymoon bliss energy that is surrounding you during this time. So we have potions and spells, number 28. A pinch of this, a dash of that. Be sure you're sure before you call. Okay. For some of you, there is a temptation of wanting to know how something or someone from the past is doing, or wanting to um what is like you're wanting to dangle something in front of somebody. I am not. I personally, again, we're talking about my own personal experience. I don't like dangling stuff in front of people because, first of all, it does nothing to for me. Does nothing for me, to me, etc. Right? Whatever I do, whatever I choose to do, whatever I don't choose to do is my own personal choice. Right? So if you're very much needing to like dangle something in front of someone, then you have to ask yourself, where is that energy coming from, and face that energy as it shows up. Okay, love you guys. Sagittarius, there is a fire within you, and you're just kind of like you're wanting, you're wanting to share something with the world. You're wanting to show the world something. You're wanting to gift the world something. Whether this is a book that you're thinking about writing, or this is a course, it very much involves pen and paper, pen and paper, typing, whatever. I do everything pen and paper before it goes into a computer, right? So for you, Sag, this energy of wanting to create something and wanting to give something, like whether it is through a course, through a book, but a workbook, something of that energy. And it's like you're getting all of these downloads of how to implement something or how to put it into place. And it's like, go for it. Now, for a lot of you, and again, for those that this is going to resonate with, you are very much one of those who, whenever, like during the retrograde, uh, don't really get affected. And what I mean by that, there are spaces within certain retrogrades that we have, and again, I'm talking about my own personal experience, right? So like when Mercury is retrograde, a lot of people say, don't sign this, don't do this, don't do that, this and this and that. I i personally, in the past, most of my biggest purchases, most of everything has always been during a Mercury retrograde. Whatever lives in that space that I needed to learn, that I needed to heal, that I needed to master, has happened, right? A lot of it happened without me even knowing. It is just the way that I work with that energy. So for those of you that are like, well, I should wait until this passes, or I should wait until this, I should wait until that. Um, if this message is going to resonate with you, it's like that is not applicable to you, if that makes any sense. Like, you can go ahead and make this big decision now. You don't have to wait for a specific energy to pass, right? It's like either you're bypassing an energy, or you're the energy that is with whatever retrograde is out there at this moment in time. Because as you guys know, I don't be following that 100%. I keep saying I'm going to, but I don't show up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I be wanting to. I do like not even. I show up maybe like 50% of the time to see where like the moon is at and all of this stuff. But that is something that I am asking for guidance to follow, to learn, right? And when the time is right for me, that will happen. So, anyways, what I'm trying to say here is like, go ahead and like present something, or show something to the world, or release something to the world the way that you want to. For some of you, this may be just having like a small test group. If it is like a workshop or a class that you want to do, maybe asking close friends, or close relative, if they wouldn't mind being part of like a closed group, a control group, or something of that matter. Or have somebody read what it is that you're writing and give you like their honest opinion, right? There is a sense here of like, there is no need to wait. You have waited long enough to go ahead and get this out there. And and again, there is this sense of like, what if you were to choose to wait, do you have a legitimate reason as to wait, as to why you want to wait? Or is this waiting or wanting to wait more of an energy of not wanting to be seen, or an energy of fear that lives within that space? Okay. I was gonna say Capricorn. Capricorn, wait your turn, okay, my love? Because I'm a Capricorn, but we gotta wait our turn. Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. The wolf. Oh, I love the wolf energy. Oh, I love the wolf. Number 44, devour the voracious calling within, the hollowing of your spirit. Run wildly into the freedom of your knowing. I know, guys. I have way too much fun when I do these. Um, but no, there is like, listen to that voice, listen to that howl within you, listen to that wolf within you, and really allow yourself to go forward with this. Okay, guys, I love you. Capricorns, Capricorns. They're I'm gonna laugh, Capricorn. As you guys know, I am a fellow Capricorn. One of my kids is a Capricorn, and there is this sense, Capricorn, where people are seeing sides of you that they never knew existed, or there's a side of you that people are shocked by. There's a side of you that people are like, but I thought Capricorn was boring. I thought Capricorn was very, very composed. And it's not that you're not composed, because I feel like you are that calm within the storm, right? You you excel in this energy of, like, when everything can be chaotic around you, you can stay very grounded. And but it's almost kind of like this energy where a lot of people didn't get to see a certain side of you, right? They didn't get to see a certain side of you, um because of things maybe that you were experiencing when they were in your life, things that you were processing, things that you were healing. And now that you are in a different season of your life, people are seeing a different aspect of you, if that makes sense. Now, with that, right, there always comes this two side to the cone. To the coin, not a cone. To the coin. There's two sides to the coin. Maybe it's just a two side to the cones. I don't know. There's a big hole, there's a little hole. All right, let's get back. Um, so anyways, there are people that are going to admire this side of you. There are people that are going to be that are going to feel gravitated towards you because of this side. They want to experience this side of you. And then there's going to be these people that are just going to be like, who the heck does Capricorn think they are? And I mean, this is something that you see with any sign. It is just your turn, and now Capricorn, right? There are people, and what I dislike about this energy, to be honest with you, is that people that are asking like who you think you are, it is very much coming from a very wounded area within themselves, right? So you cannot take it personally, but you also have to, and this is where it gets a little tricky, the energy is, energetically you need to address the energy, but that does not necessarily mean that you need to address the person. Does that make sense? And if it does, it does, and if it doesn't, it will come to you, because there is very much this energy of like, your spiritual team are like at the front, like the front end of this, like they're right there, like they see that energy coming and they're just like, Happy, don't worry, we got your back. Cappy, don't worry, we got your front. Cappy, don't worry, we got your left, your right, you're up, you're down, you're in between, you're everything. And a lot of the times, what we have to recognize, or what we have to pay attention to, or we have to interact with, is the energy itself apart from the person, right? Because when we learn to see certain things that may not be noticeable to other people, there is a level of discernment that has to come with that, and that is what you're being asked to do during this time. Let's see, why was I going to skip your tarot? Oh, you don't want to hear it. So a lot of you Capricorns, there's somebody that is, there is somebody watching you that wants to come forward with, and I'm sorry, I'm just like, I'm looking at the cards as I'm saying that. There's somebody that wants to come forward towards you, like either they they find you attractive, or they have like a little crush on you, or they admire you, or whatever, but they're hesitant in the sense like they do not want to be rejected. um Anytime that, and for whoever that is that wants to come towards a Capricorn, just know that practice makes perfect. And if a Capricorn rejects you, it's just gonna get you ready for the next Capricorn that you approach. No, I'm only kidding, guys. I'm not necessarily seeing you rejecting this person. I feel that you're very much open to get to know people. But there is love surrounding your energy, and a lot of you Capricorns do not want to hear about it. A lot of you Capricorns don't want to deal with that energy, to be honest with you. All right, so let's go ahead and let's pull out. Okay, I only need one card. Divination number 14. Take a breath. Take it twice. Insightful reflections are guided by light. Number 14. So again, a lot of this energy that you are the ooh, sorry, that was my breath. That was nothing else. Because I kind of like I had to let it out. But anyways, a lot of the way that you are showing up has a lot to do with what you have been processing, with how you are allowing yourself to just be without having to explain yourself to others, without having to dissect yourself. Because in the past, Capricorns, a lot of you were very harsh in the way that you judge yourself, in the way that you criticize yourself. And now you're sitting in this space where you're just allowing yourself to be guided, right? You're looking at your reflection. You're not talking down to parts of yourself. You are allowing yourself to integrate every single part of yourself into who it is that you are and how it is that you show up. And I really love this energy for you guys. Love you. Aquarius. Aquarius, there's a snake in the garden, and that's what I'm picking up. There is somebody that, and I'm getting two very different messages. For some of you, Aquarius, is this snake is this energy of um somebody coming at you, or coming towards you in a way of trying to deceive you. And for others of you, this snake energy, it's about your own evolution, and it has something to do with the kundalini like practice or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to address the first one, right? So somebody's coming at you, like, be very careful for anybody that is all of a sudden taking an interest in what it is that you're doing, Aquarius, taking an interest of really wanting to be your friend, or really wanting to be around you. um and you can sense this energy as it's approaching you. You can sense it, like, it's it's kind of like, the way that you can sense this energy is like, and again, I'm not saying that the person smokes, but like when somebody smokes, when they walk into the room, if they were wearing the jacket or the sweater or whatever while they were smoking, when they walk into the room, the smell comes in with them. And that is the way that you're able to detect this person's intention, and behind them wanting to get close to you. So during this time, as you're feeling this, please do not dismiss it. You do not need to ask other people around you. You should be grounded enough in yourself to know that when spirit is showing you something, you pay attention, and you notice, and you follow that intuitive voice within you. Now, for those of you that this has to do with your kundalini, like, like your kundalini rising is what I'm picking up. So some of you are maybe diving into it, or maybe there has been this space about being curious about it, wanting to go into it, and there is a level of cautious. Um, like, you're being cautious around that energy. And again, I'm not here to tell you how to move forward in anything, or what to dabble in or not, but just make sure that if you are curious of something, don't allow other people's negative experiences with something derail you, right? Whenever we have a negative experience with certain things, there are usually things within those spaces that we didn't like we didn't listen to, that we didn't follow, that we ignored, right? So if you are looking into getting into like kundalini and things like that, then and you're being very cautious, then find somebody maybe that is a master in that, somebody that has been practicing that, not for a year or two, but somebody that has actually mastered it, like 10, 15 year. Look for somebody that really knows what they're doing within that space, because whenever we're doing anything spiritually, it is very easy um for people to throw other people's energetic field out of whack. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. We have the Two of Wands, the Ten of Swords in the reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. So again, whatever it is that, like, I feel this is more in relation to the person. Um, the person that's like that is being the snake in the garden, right? The person that is trying to manipulate you or trying to use you in a certain way, they're trying to deceive you in a certain way. Do not allow this energy to blossom in your garden. If you have to chop the head off, like, you go ahead and you do so, meaning if you have to cut this person out of your life, then you go ahead and you do so. Because there's something within this space that some of you are not ready to go head to head with a certain energy, and there's nothing wrong with that. There are certain energies that I myself am not ready to go head to head with, right? So always use discernment when it is that you are connecting to certain energies. Yep. The bat, number 6. Invoke the power and fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming with undenying change. Right? The number 6. And this pretty much speaks to me about that Kundalini energy that a lot of you are trying to learn more about or have started practicing and stuff like that. Like, the changes that are going to come from that practice for your life specifically are going to be very beneficial. And a lot of people around you are going to be talking about the changes in your life once you have started the practice. And for those of you that, again, this has to do with somebody um trying to take advantage or trying to be deceitful in your life, again, I would hand that situation over to spirit, because there's certain energies behind that person that can very much come and throw you off your game. Okay. Alrighty, Pisces. Okay, Pisces. As I'm saying that, I'm looking at a fish. I'm looking at a fish swimming up, like straight up in the ocean. Um, and for whatever the reason, that's pretty much what it feels like. So you're not necessarily walking away from a situation. You're just like running like hell away from a situation. There is a situation in your life that you're no longer wanting to be a part of, whether it pretty much feels like relationship to others, whether this is romantic or platonic. There were situations where you were giving way too much, and you're starting to realize that you need to pull back, that you need to swim as fast as you can away from this, because, excuse me, it has been nothing more than draining to you. It has been taking and taking and taking, and at the end of the day, you always felt depleted. You always felt like your cup was running dry because of how much you were pouring into other people. So I do very much see that this energy for you guys of like swimming away, like going away, moving away from situations again that are draining, it pretty much seems to be the energy that you are embodying between now and the end of the year. And the reason why I say that is because there's going to be a major shift at the end of the year for you guys, like from the end into the new year, where you are going to start addressing and meeting these energies head on, where you're no longer going to have to be away from certain energies in order to feel grounded. Like between now and the end of the year, you're learning how to be grounded within yourself, so that moving forward, you're able to face certain energies without being moved. You're able to face certain energies without being ungrounded. Um, so during this time, like, again, whatever the distance is needed between you and situations, you and people, take it. Do not look at it as a sign of weakness. There is something happening within that space for you, right? There is this this getting to know yourself is happening within that space, this grounding of like how certain things affect you, how certain energies have affected you. It's like it's almost kind of like spirit is showing you a PowerPoint of all of the things that have been triggering you, and how moving forward you're going to start dealing with those energies and how you're going to face them, so that they're no longer controlling your reaction, but instead you are in control of your response. All right, so let's go ahead and let's put out an oracle. So we have the rebirth and we have the frog. I am going to keep both of them. So the rebirth, there is death in all that awakens, for it is blissful nor painless. It's a mighty rising, all flame resurrected. So again, you are definitely in the midst of this rebirth, and again, the way things are showing up for you, the way spirit is showing things to you, it is all going to start making sense. The frog, may the lily beneath your breast allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. So again, spirit is showing you exactly what lies behind all of these spaces, what it is that needs to be addressed, what it is that needs to, and how things are going to be addressed moving forward, and where it is that you should be giving your energy, and what are the things that you have to learn to walk away from, not necessarily run from. Love you. Bye.